Hi, I'm Leni Rivera, and I'm a workplace experience specialist. Now, through the years, I've started to see that workplace experience is an industry that people either don't understand or they don't know, or they often misconstrue it with other industries within the workplace world. That's why I'm creating this series of short videos to help explain what workplace experience really is and why it's so important in today's new work environment. So one of the industries that I often hear mistaken for or confused with workplace experience is facility management, or the world of facilities. The thing is, workplace experience and facility management are two very different things. In fact, facility management forms a part of the workplace experience. Let me explain. If you loosely define workplace experience, it really is, as the name implies, the experience that you have within the workplace. It's the tangible and intangible aspects that you see within your workplace that helps you to do two things. And it focuses on two things. The first is to help enable you to be productive. So it gives you everything that you would physically need to be productive, whether, for example, it's an ergonomic workstation or the appropriate tools and technology to communicate with your team. Or even the free coffee that you could have in your workplace. The second thing that a workplace experience does is it expresses to you how much your organization values you. So as an example, does your organization provide you all those things that I mentioned if you work from home? It takes into consideration the different needs that you may have as an individual. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, and looks at what do you need. And for some people, they may have neurodiverse needs, or they're differently abled, or they have people to care for, families to take care of. And what does that mean? And how does that become a barrier to their success in the workplace? So workplace experience takes into consideration all the things that you need to be the best of yourself in your work environment every day. That's a workplace experience. Now, facility management is an industry that's been around for a long time. In fact, it's been around for as long as buildings have been around. Because facility management is really an industry that can be part of anything where there's a building structure. It's not necessarily just for workplaces. You see them in hospitals, in your homes, in apartment buildings, in schools. Because the focus of a facility management team is to ensure the maintenance and long-term well-being of a physical structure. That's why the profession of in the industry of facility management is primarily made up of engineers, of professional engineers, building engineers, civil engineers, structural engineers, as well as experts in plumbing, in waste management, HVAC, groundskeeping, etc. Because their focus is primarily to make sure they look after the wellness of the physical structure. Facility management is not really interested in the experience that people have within that structure. It's normally not even involved in creating and developing new ways to enhance the experience that people have within that structure. That's why it forms part of a workplace experience. Because having a clean, stable work environment is certainly important to your experience at work, in the same way as other aspects within the workplace experience umbrella. Corporate real estate, corporate interior design, safety and security, workplace technologies, your food and coffee program, etc. All of these industries together form a part of creating a workplace experience that enables you to thrive. Now today, 2 years into the pandemic, companies all across America are faced with two unprecedented and unavoidable facts. The first is that the structure of workplaces is evolving permanently into a work from anywhere environment. The second is that the Great Resignation and the war for talent are real. And the one thing that is driving both those phenomenons is that employees really need to be heard. That's why it's so important to understand what a workplace experience is, because it helps you to hear your workers and create a workplace environment and a work from anywhere environment that caters to what they need and who they are. If you want to know more about workplace experience, reach out to me. I'm available on LinkedIn, Leni Rivera, or visit my website, www.workplaceexperience.net. Experience with an X, so workplaceexperience.net. Or get a copy of my book. This is the first book that was written on workplace experience, and it'll help you to understand what workplace experience is and how it can help your organizations.